Marriage in Hinduism, known as Vivah, holds a place of paramount importance and is considered one of the significant samskaras or rites of passage. Unlike many Western cultures, Hinduism views marriage not just as a union between two individuals but a sacred bond between two souls that transcends multiple lifetimes. Rooted deeply in religious, social, and philosophical traditions, marriage forms the very crux of the Hindu social structure, providing a means for individuals to fulfill their dharma or duty, artha or possessions, kama or physical desires, and ultimately, moksha, which is the ultimate spiritual release. Marriages in Hinduism were considered to be irrevocable and there was no concept of a divorce. Once married, it was a lifelong bond. The ancient Hindu scriptures and law books, known as Dharmashastras, delineate 8 different types of marriages, demonstrating the diverse traditions and societal norms that existed during the era. These forms of marriages were primarily based on the nature of alliances formed between families and the modalities of the rituals and customs. The socially approved types of marriage are the Brahma marriage, Daiv marriage, Arsha marriage and Prajapatya marriage. Gandharv marriages are accepted, but frowned upon. Socially unaccepted marriages are the Asura marriage, the Rakshas marriage and the Pishachi marriage. These types of marriages are tolerated to protect the woman from ostracism and to ensure legal right to any offspring arising from the marriage. Brahma marriages are the most common among Hindus in modern India and are considered holy marriages. The groom's father approaches the bride's father and makes the proposal for marriage. The groom, bride, and their family enthusiastically accept the proposal. The two families and relatives get together, the daughter is ceremonially dressed, the father gives his daughter away in betrothal, and a Vedic marriage ritual takes place. The handing over of the bride by her father to the groom, known as Kanyadan, is an important Brahma Vivah rite through which the father gives away the bride. Brahma Vivah is considered to be the most righteous and superior of the 8 types of Hindu matrimony. It is the marriage of a daughter to a man who is well-behaved, has a good family background, and is well-versed in the Vedas. The marriage is performed with the consent of both the bride and groom and in accordance with Vedic rituals. The groom doesn't offer any materialistic compensation to the bride's family. Prajapatya Vivah is similar to Brahma Vivah, but instead of the groom making the proposal, it is the bride's father who brings the proposal to the groom's father. This usually happens when no suitable groom has come forward with a proposal of marriage by the time the girl has crossed the socially acceptable marriageable age. The bride's father gives her hand in marriage while reciting sacred mantras and blessing the couple. The couple is expected to work together to fulfill their civic and religious duties. Prajapatya Vivah is considered inferior to Brahma Vivah because the bride's father chooses the groom. In Arsha Vivah, the groom gives the bride's father a cow and a bull as the bride price, and the father trades his daughter in marriage. The groom swears to honor his vows to the bride and his dedication to family life and home. This form was prevalent among the sages or rishis. The practice is generally deemed inappropriate in modern society, as it is considered a transactional exchange rather than a union based on mutual consent and affection. In a Daiv marriage, the father delivers his daughter and jewels to a priest as a sacrificial tribute. This type of marriage was common when yajna rituals were prevalent. It is deemed preventable but nonetheless respectable in Dharma Shastra since poverty is not a sin, and honest poverty is acceptable. The marriage is conducted without elaborate celebrations, typically when the parents cannot afford the expenses of their daughter's wedding. Wealthy patrons or priests officiating sacrifices often marry the bride. In Gandharv marriage, the couple chooses to marry by mutual consent without rituals, witnesses, or family participation. It is based on mutual attraction and love. Though once considered desirable, it is now seen as less favorable as the parents are not involved in selecting the groom or involved in the ceremony. The Gandharv marriage is most similar to the live-in arrangements we see today. If a couple was living together as a man or wife, they would for all social purposes be considered as married, and any children of the woman would be considered the legitimate children of the husband. No one would ask for any marriage certificate or photos or any other proof of marriage. In many countries like Australia, this is officially recognized as a de facto marriage. In modern times, this is emerging as the most preferred method of marriage, with the marriage registrar taking priority as the authority rather than a priest. A reception may be held later to celebrate the union. In Asur Vivah, the husband provides a dowry to both the bride's father and the bride, and he receives the wife in return. This is akin to marrying off a daughter for financial gain, and thus it is considered a lower form of marriage as it involves the exchange of wealth, overshadowing the groom's character. The groom is usually from a lower social class or caste than the bride, but richer and better off economically. In Rakshas marriage, the groom and his family or friends forcibly abducts the bride against her and her family's will. This may include physically being violent on the bride's family and requires the woman to be crying, protesting and resisting the abductors during the kidnapping. It is considered a brutal form of marriage and is strongly frowned upon by society. Pishachi Vivah occurs when a man imposes himself on a woman when she is insensible, such as when she is drugged, inebriated, or asleep. It is condemned in Manu Smriti as a sinful act and is considered the lowest form of marriage. Just like Rakshasa, it was acknowledged in ancient times to preserve the woman's honor but is highly disapproved of. In modern India, usually anyone involved in Rakshas or Pishachi Vivah would be arrested under law. However, despite the non-consensual nature, such marriages are even today sometimes acknowledged to provide legal protection to the woman and any children. By and large, Indian marriage today in modern India reflects a dynamic blend of tradition and modernity, where personal fulfillment, equality, and societal acceptance are becoming increasingly important.
If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe button. Stay subscribed for more videos like this one.